What's going on, everybody? This is Coop checking in. Make sure you follow me on Instagram on my page. It's called Coop Du Jour 55. That is COOPDUJOUR 55. That's my business slash consulting slash page. I'm going to be putting a lot of information and advice on for the masses, for people that know me, for people that want to follow me, for people that are just interested in learning about the financial markets or different things in life, stories, whole bunch of different things. I'm trying to figure out how to say separate the two in a certain way. But tonight's video, that's obviously going to be a little bit different from some of the other videos I drop on that Instagram page. It's going to be covering the financial markets because it's supposed to be like a uh, like a group of people that are interested in learning about the financial markets, today's events, different stories, different motivations and things on life. So that's the type of knowledge that I will be dropping on that page. So make sure you share, follow, and like. And I promise I will get a video out today so you can see I'm in front of the screens right now. Got my little setup here, and we're going to go ahead and get into it. Now, before I get into any of this information, please know that none of this advice or none of what I'm saying in this video is to be taken or misconstrued as advice or any type of recommendation. This is just pretty much knowledge for the brain. Use it how you would like to, but no different from when you turn on the TV and watch CNBC. You don't want to just listen to anybody that you hear talking on the internet, on the TV. You got to dissect the information for yourself and see what makes the most sense for you, and then you take advantage of that, what we call free game. Right. So that said, I'm just going to take a look at a quick chart. This website I like to use is called stockcharts.com. And what it does, there's a lot of information on the site. So check it out. But what I have right here is a chart, okay, that highlights, hold on 1 second, I need to bring up my little tool here. 1 second, let me bring up this little tool here. So what you do have, uh, 1 second. What you do have here is a chart that I created that pretty much shows how much these different indices are up for Q1, right? So October to the current date we have right now, which is the 6th, and tomorrow's going to be the 7th, and the trading week starts tomorrow. So I'm taking a look at the Dow, the NASDAQ, the semiconductors, the S&P 500, and the small caps 2000. The Russell 2000 chart of small caps. So you can see that the S&P so far for the quarter for Q4, we say, is up 6.19%. The QQQ, the NASDAQ ETF, these are all ETFs I'm looking at right here. The ETF for the Qs, the NASDAQ 100 ETF, that is up 9.3. Semiconductors, which have been very strong, have been leading the way. They're kind of lagging a bit right now in Q4. Those are up 4%. S&P 500 is up 6.89%. Russell 2000 small caps, which is a sentiment for kind of risk on, right? When the small caps are going up, that means people are more risk on, right? Less risk averse. They want to put money to work. These are more the riskier companies. So the fact that the sector or this index is going up is actually bullish. So when that starts to turn, we want to be a little bit concerned. But right now, looks pretty good. So markets are up across the board in Q4. I could take a look at a couple of different sectors, but I'm not, right? Just want to really go over some key things. I'm not going to make this video too long or too crazy, right? Just want to share some information here. But one of the things I look at is one is this. I can also go ahead and break it down to say, okay, well, what index, right, was up the most in the past, 4 days. So I think the start of the week was December 2nd. Right, let me take a look real quick here. Uh, Yeah, so December 2nd to the 6th. So you can see last week, now I switched to the week. So last week you see the spiders, S&P 500 was pretty much flat, down 3.35%. The NASDAQ tech stocks have been pretty high. We'll take a look at a couple of those. We'll take a look at a couple of those stocks, I should say, up 2.17. The semiconductors were up 0.30%. S&P 500 up uh, the spiders, S&P 500 up 0.70%, and Russell 2000 showed a little bit of weakness this week. It's probably just going through a little pullback right now, but we'll take a look at it here shortly. So let's go ahead and jump into, first of all, next, what data is coming out this week. So we have wholesale inventories tomorrow at 10 o'clock. That may move the markets a little bit. We have next key report, CPI on Wednesday. That's going to be a big report. It's going to help us take a look at inflation, which is something that's on top of everybody's mind, of course. Initial jobless claims on Thursday, Friday, import price index. So summary key reports, I would say the biggest report that people are going to be looking at this week is going to be the CPI numbers on Wednesday. That should move the markets, right? So let's take a look at some charts here. I'm going to start off by first taking a look at NASDAQ. Now, when I go through these charts, some of them may have to be cleaned up, and I do have some of my other channel analysis and stuff on the chart, so I'm going to go ahead and take this off. So let me see something here. Create chart set. I'm just going to put Z to clear the chart. And when I do these videos, what you're going to see is you're going to see like the daily charts on the left-hand side. So each candlestick represents a day's worth of action. If you don't know about technical analysis, message me. I can share some more information with you. But pretty much technical analysis is how you read charts, how you read the price action on what a specific stock, on what a specific stock is doing. On the right side next to that chart, we're going to have the weekly chart. So every candlestick represents a week's worth of trading action. You see where we're in this kind of broadening formation right here, broadening meaning it's going, it's getting wider and wider per se. And then on this last chart, we're going to have a monthly chart. And I may switch it back and forth, but if I do switch back and forth, I'll let you know what time frame we're looking at. So I'm just going to cover some real basic stuff because this is the first video I'm dropping. Don't want to make it too complex or be all over the place. This is kind of a last minute thing per se, so I'm going to make it real simple. Take a look at a few different things, make it nice and quick. You dig? So, this week's a good week for the Qs, right? The Qs daily chart is showing a lot of strength. We have a nice uptrend that a lot of participants have been taking advantage of, right? And it's actually accelerated the past couple weeks. Now we're pretty much kind of going straight up here. So if you're buying the Nasdaq stocks right now, you're kind of late to the party. I'm not saying that they're going to stop, but you're kind of late to the party. You should have been buying them maybe on this dip down here when they kind of pulled back right there. Most people that are involved in the short term in the Nasdaq, they probably bought above this 510 level, right outside this consolidation. But again, the Nasdaq pretty much is a basket of technology stocks. You have some biotechs and stuff in there, but mostly tech companies, right? And tech has been the sector to be in for the past couple years, I would say now. They had a pullback, of course, back in 2021, but then ever since then, they have taken off. They had this pullback back here in 2021, and then they've been off to the races since. So, what are some stocks that one would want to look at in the Nasdaq? Well, one stock that I like per se is Amazon. Right? Amazon's taking off right now. If I zoom in here, you can see that back here from September, it's been in this nice, it's been in this nice little uptrend. That's a nice little upward channel. And now when you're breaking the top of the channel, anytime you break the top of a channel, right, that's pretty bullish. Upward channels tend to break to the downside like this. And breaks that little pivot right here, and it goes down. But when you're in a bull market, they'll break the top of the channel. That shows that it's really strong. And then they'll pull back, retest the top of the channel, and if it's really strong, it will keep on going up, take out that little pivot high, and keep on going, moving to higher prices. If it's weak, it'll fall back in the channel, and that'll be an opportunity to get short or bet that it's going down. Right. Whenever you are betting that stock's going down, you're going short, meaning you're betting it's going down, so you're shorting the stock, which you can make money when stocks go up or down, right? Most of you guys know that. Or if you think it's going up, you're betting it's going higher. You're buying the stock, or if you can buy some call options, which will help you participate in the upward movement. Or you can, if you think it's going down, you can buy puts, which is pretty much placing the bet that the stock is going down. But Amazon is on top of everybody's Christmas shopping list right now in real life because everybody shops on Amazon. But also when it comes to investors, they're looking at Amazon. Amazon's finally, making a move. It's making all-time highs. Right? Take a look at this monthly chart. This goes, every candlestick represents a month of action, but you can see it's been having trouble breaking past this 180 level since back here in 2019, right? And now it's kind of been in this little big range, but now we're finally breaking out. You can see that it broke out that channel. it retested that 1A level, and then since then we've been taking out. So Amazon looks pretty good. Most, I would say that most individuals are looking to buy Amazon on the dip. What's another strong stock we like in the tech sector? These are some names that you guys use too. That's another thing, right? Is Apple, right? Apple's been on a tear. It's been moving higher since November. Nice little uptrend here on the daily chart. You take a look at the weekly chart. It was doing nothing for the past couple months, really just trading sideways here. And it finally broke out over the highs from earlier this year. And now this looks to make its way higher. I would say maybe towards 250. Right, the monthly chart looks pretty good. So everything is in an uptrend on the stock right here. I took the moving averages off the chart as well, just to kind of keep it simple. So you have Apple, you have Amazon, of course. Another stock that everybody's watching is Tesla. Right, Tesla is making its way back up towards these all-time highs here on the monthly chart. Right, a nice little kind of rounding pattern here. Ever since, of course, Trump won, right? Elon Musk is going to be able to benefit from that because he is part of Trump's team now. But at the same time, it's going to make it easier for him to get his autonomous vehicles out there, right? That's the next big thing for Tesla that everybody's looking forward to is, you know, driverless cars in different cities. That's going to be another growth revenue stream for them. That's going to start growing even more. You have other companies, but of course Tesla is the household name when it comes to this kind of automated or electric car stuff, right? So Tesla looks pretty good. You can see this weekly chart looks very strong. Looks like the next target on this stock is going to be up here towards the uh, 414.50 area. And I could break stuff down on the hourly charts, but again, I'm just keeping it simple. All right, sorry to get back away from the mic like that, but I'm just keeping it simple in this video. So Tesla looks good on the weekly chart. Look at the daily chart. Again, in a nice little uptrend. I wouldn't say it's too extended either. It's not that extended because it really just broke out of this kind of little range right here. So it's not too far from that breakout, which means that, you can probably look to buy the dip on it intraday and look for another move push higher. So that's another stock that a lot of individuals are watching is Tesla. So you have Apple, Amazon, Tesla. Those are some stocks in the Nasdaq. And again, one stock that I have my eyes on is going to be NVIDIA. Let me clear some of my drawings up on this chart right here. It's going to be NVIDIA. Of course, NVIDIA, big semiconductor stock, has been on a tear. Every earnings they've been able to beat. And, we want to see what's going to happen here. You can draw this little uptrend channel in. Let me zoom this out. Let me make this a big chart for you guys. So you could draw this little upward channel or trend line, I should say, right here from this low back in August. And you can see this is a key trend line that a lot of people are watching. If it breaks this trend line, I should say if it breaks this little triangle pattern that's kind of formed, it's getting tight right here. It's either going to break to the top side or to the downside. Now, if NVIDIA breaks to the downside, that's obviously going to take the tech sector down because it's a big company, right? They just recently got added to the Dow Jones, but it's a leader in the whole AI business. It's a leading chip company right now, and they're doing a lot of business, right? A lot of companies are working with them and using their products, which is driving up their revenue. And that's why the stock has been doing pretty well, beating expectations and so forth. Now, the day that this company does not misses on their numbers, or if everybody starts selling high beta or high risk stocks, you can get I can bet you that Nvidia is going to be a stock that people will start taking profits on. In other words, they'll start selling their shares, or maybe even betting that it's going to start rolling over. So one thing I'm watching is going to be that key, that little tight trend line that I showed you guys right there, right? Because this is going to just pretty much chop around here until we figure out which way it's going to go. So these are some key stocks to watch. Again, I don't want to make this video long. I'll make sure that I have the next one organized. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Coop du Jour 55. None of this information be taken. Excuse me. None of this information is to be taken as advice or recommendations. It's for educational purposes only, right? There should be more people out there sharing information, free game, like I like to say online, and take advantage of it in your own way. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a DM. Follow me on Instagram. This video will be up on YouTube, and that's it. Hope you guys enjoy the video. And my channel on YouTube and Instagram is going to be about different things, not just the stock market, but it's also going to be about, how to build credit, credit cards, again, of course, financial news, different topics and stuff like that. So it'll be pretty good if you're interested in learning a few things and looking at a few different perspectives from maybe how you see things, because that's what you always want to have an open mind when it comes to, um, how life is, how to make money, um, how to connect and network with people. There's different things that you can do to move forward in life and, live a better life. So with that being said, peace.